In today's video, we're going to be talking about Borderlands 4 and the Switch 2 delay for the game itself and the pre-orders and all that good jazz. We also are going to be talking about the Xbox and Microsoft of how they're literally not selling them anymore in stores like Costco, which has been a crazy turn of events where they aren't selling so hard that they are literally not even putting them on shelves anymore, which is just showing how Xbox really is in the marketplace. My name is the Techno Jelly. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it if you do. And if you want to join it directly, please go over to my Patreon and join there. You can join the credits and enjoy some exclusive content like streams and polls. The Borderlands 4 game itself has been fine, but it's been just destroyed by performance problems, whether it be on PC or console. But the performance seemingly has slowly gotten better over time, but it has not gotten better for console and for some people on PC as well. The crazy crash out that the CEO Randy Pitchford had on Twitter is notorious at this point, and people are always talking about that. Some patches have made their game run smoother, but the problem is that consoles like the Nintendo Switch are not nearly as powerful as PC. And so in a Twitter post, they officially delayed the Switch 2 version of Borderlands. And I quote, "Greetings, Vault Hunters. We need to share that the release of Borderlands 4 on Nintendo Switch 2 is being delayed. We do not take this decision lightly, but are committing to ensuring we deliver the best possible experience to our fans, and the game needs additional development and polish time to do that. Our hope is to do better align this release with the addition of cross saves, which we are working on and recognize is very important. We will update you on all the new potential release timings once we've fully adjusted our plans. In accordance with Nintendo's policy, all digital pre-orders to date will be canceled. Customers can initiate that process themselves now, or it will be happened automatically starting Friday, September 26th. For questions about the Nintendo eShop contract, they link it. For physical pre-orders, please reach out to the corresponding retailers. We greatly appreciate the feedback, support, and patience to our fans and community. It's truly what keeps us going." And I do have to say, this also ties back into what Randy Pitchford was talking about on Twitter, because he said the console ports were fine. And apparently they are not fine, because if they have to delay it with no new release date, I might have to say, like, the biggest red flag for me is that there is no new date. They aren't saying the new date, so it's delayed until further notice, which is a really big deal because the Switch 2 and the Nintendo consoles are a big, huge audience. Now, are they the Borderlands audience? Not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily think of a Nintendo fan or a Switch 2 owner being a Borderlands fan, but it's still a big deal. And the fact that it's being delayed with no new release date is crazy. And Randy Pitchford said that the console ports were fine, so obviously they're not fine. And it makes sense because the Switch 2 is not a powerful console. Like, it is many generations behind when it terms of just pure graphical power. Now, don't get me wrong, the Switch 2 can probably have some amazing graphics, and Nintendo shows this all the time with their games, but the problem is that Borderlands can barely run on top-end PCs, and it stutters and crashes and has tons of frame drops. So I can't imagine this game being that amazing on console, and especially on the Switch, because it was supposed to come out on October 3rd, which is only at the time of me recording this in a couple days. So it's crazy to think that they thought that this game was going to be able to be even playable on Nintendo Switch 2. Like, on the Switch 2, there's no way. Like, it would constantly crash. I can't imagine the amount of work they are going to have to put into this to make it even playable. So it's going to be a crazy amount of effort to be even make it available to actually be able to play. And this just shows how unprepared I feel like this game was actually for launch. Like, I feel like they finished the game in terms of like the story and the content, but they never had that polishing period. They never had that optimization period. I feel like they just launched the game instead of and they'd say we'll polish it and optimize it after launch, because the patches have come through to make it smoother on PC, but like that, you shouldn't need patches to make it playable. It should be quality of life things that they couldn't really do in the timeline of a release of making the game. But instead, it's just like, hey, now you can play the game. Some people can play the game for the first time now because the game would barely run. So yeah, I can't imagine it doing any better on Switch 2. And honestly, I don't expect the Switch 2 version to come out until next year at the earliest. Like, this might take another 6 to 8 months, because depending on how badly they need to actually optimize it for Switch 2. But speaking of consoles and Switches and PlayStations and all that good stuff, Xbox has been kind of reeling in third place, let's be honest. They've been blatantly third place in terms of the consoles, and Nintendo's dominating first place, but there was at one point an argument who was going to be second place, but PlayStation has 100% just pimp slapped Xbox and Microsoft. Sony and the PlayStation have destroyed Xbox. So it came to my big surprise that Costco, which sells video games, and they aren't like a video game seller. They're not like a GameStop or like a Walmart. They're not huge, but they still are a really big store. They no longer sell Xboxes physically or online. They just don't have them in stock. And I've checked. In the US, Canada, and the UK, they do not sell the Xbox console or its games. I do have to also say, I've literally searched up I just searched up Xbox on the Canadian Costco store, and the only thing that shows up is I think there's a gaming headset for Xbox that showed up, and 2 different types of gift cards, one for the online store so you can put money on your account, and Game Pass. So literally the only 3 things that are selling is a headset that is it's a headset, so you don't have to necessarily, it's an Xbox product technically, but you can use it for anything, and gift cards. So it literally isn't sold anywhere on the Costco store. And it's simply because they weren't selling. And when they were asked about this by Game Industry Biz, they just said, and I quote, "We're sorry, we're not able to find a match." So that's when they look for Xbox consoles on their store. It just says that. And there's no, in the video games category, there isn't a Xbox, but it still has the PlayStation, Nintendo, and physical stuff. It still shows that it just doesn't show Xbox anymore. Costco has not confirmed that they no longer sell Xboxes or anything like that, but from the physical evidence we can see, it looks like they deem it not worth selling anymore because no one's buying them. So it seems that Microsoft is doing so poorly in sales that they aren't even having them on shelves anymore. And this is also after the Xbox they even raised the price. Microsoft raised the price of Xbox Series X2 by $100 and stuff like that. And it's like literally no one's buying them. They're so not buying them that stores are now saying it's not worth it to even have them in stock, even online. They don't even have them in their online store. So it's not even in the warehouse. So it's crazy to me to think that not only are they raising prices, but they're also thinking they're doing okay. I also think it shows that the only thing they are selling for Xbox when you search it up is the Game Pass. That's one of the biggest things. It's a Game Pass gift card, because that's what Microsoft wants you to do now. They don't want you actually want to buy an Xbox. They want you to buy Xbox Game Pass, because you could use Xbox Game Pass on a ton of other different stuff. So it just makes sense, but it's crazy to me that Costco isn't selling the Xbox anymore. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you have anything to say about either Borderlands being delayed on the Switch 2 or the whole thing about Costco not selling Xboxes anymore, please tell me about that in the comments down below. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button and join the community. If you would like to support me directly, go over to Patreon so you can join the credits and have some exclusive content like streams and polls. If you'd like to follow me on other places, please go over to Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, or Threads, all at the Techno Jelly. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye, everyone.